So my top five, I've picked for a variety of reasons. One was the fighting style. Another one was who they've beat, title defenses. All of those things are in there. So in at number 5, I've gone for Uriah Faber. I know he did a lot at bantamweight, but he has a history in the WEC. He's got five WEC defenses. Was kind of the man until Jose Aldo came along. I know Mike Brown and then Jose Aldo, but Uriah Faber, 5 WEC defenses back when there was no featherweight in the UFC. That was the standard. So definitely Uriah Faber, number 5. In at number 4, I've gone for Jose Aldo. 7 UFC title defenses is still the record. I mean, even with Volkanovski doing his thing. He's beat Chad Mendes twice. He's beat Mike Brown. He's got 9 years undefeated. So he had 18 fights in that time. But the only people to beat him at featherweight that are the people that I have above him. So in at number 3, and this was really, really tricky between number 3 and number 2. In at number 3, I've gone for a bit of a safer number 3.
Okay.
Conor McGregor. I almost had him at number 2, but I feel like Conor McGregor just didn't do it for long enough. What he did was nothing short of amazing. I don't know if you'll ever see a run like that again to a title. Maybe we will, actually. That's not fair to say, but 7-0 at featherweight, beating Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. Dude, people can say that's luck or whatever. He planned that. I mean, coming through the adversity of having one knee to beat Max Holloway. I know they were young, but he beat Max Holloway, like out-grappled him, outworked him. Beating Chad Mendes with one knee as well because he had the same injury there. I mean, he had as an absolute tear. I mean, I would have had him at number 2, but again, I think just he didn't do it for long enough. And if he had done it for long enough and carried on that path, he would have definitely, actually, possibly been number 1. But in any event, in at number 2, I've gone for Max Holloway. Max Holloway beat Jose Aldo twice. He only really lost to Volkanovski recently. It's 3 losses to Volkanovski. He's got his 2 title defenses, but also the thing is, after the Conor McGregor loss, he went on an absolute tear, 13 wins in a row. And then went and tested himself up at lightweight, which was a mistake, but still beat everybody. Just beat Yair Rodriguez. He's an absolute savage. And take out my number 1, and Holloway is definitely number 1. Yeah. And of course, number 1, can it be anybody else? It's Alexander Volkanovski. 12-0 as a featherweight, 4 title defenses. He's beat Frankie Edgar. He's beaten Max Holloway 3 times. He's beaten Brian Ortega. He's beaten Jose Aldo. He's up in the pound for pound rankings. I think, with John Jones being gone, he is number 1. But dude, fully deserves. I mean, to me, he's like GSP was at welterweight, but at featherweight. So it can't be anyone else for me but Volkanovski, especially after this weekend. So that's my top 5 best featherweights of all time. Jack, what is your top 5?
We've got pretty similar ones. I really like your list. Uriah, I didn't have him, but I have him in my honorable mentions.
Okay.
I feel like he's like the granddad of the division. I mean, because he was the first champion.
In WEC, I think. Yeah, I stand corrected. He might not have been, but yeah. I think he's got the record defenses beside, because Aldo had 2 and then they went to the UFC. Yeah, so. Yeah.
Okay, wait,
what's your list? Yeah, the people are waiting.
I have Frankie Edgar at number 5. I think that he had like a really impressive run. I don't think in terms of he never held the featherweight title. No, lightweight. Yeah, and then he went down. But just the people that he faced and like the performances he put on, he was like right under. Well, he was like, he was number 1 the whole time after Jose because he lost to him. And just the people that he beat at the time. I actually have the list here. Sorry. Mendes, Cub Swanson, Oliveira, Faber, and BJ Penn. So like that was all in his run.
Like a who's who.
Yeah, I think he had a 9-fight undefeated like during that time. So I have him at number 5, and then your number 4. I have Max Holloway. Actually, I'm quite lower down. It was just like. Doing this list is so crazy because they've all like fought each other and there's like circles of who beat each other. But yeah, Max, just like, I don't know, one of my favorite fighters just always puts it out there, and like he's never been finished. Yeah, just like one of the best dudes as well. Future heavyweight champion.
Fight DC for that heavyweight title. Yeah.
And then I have Conor McGregor at 3. I was also jumping between the two of them, but like Conor McGregor, I don't think there's anyone like at that time when he beat Jose. I don't think there's anyone that would have beaten him. I know you mentioned when he beat Eddie Alvarez that like he was untouchable. I think that featherweight was his best division. I think that when he was in featherweight, like that's when he dominated. And yeah, just at the time, if he had done more as well, that's why he's lower down. Like if he could have kept the momentum, I don't know how a person can. But like, yeah, greatest of all time. And for 2, I have Alexander Volkanovski. I mean, like he's well on his way to be number 1. But yeah, at the moment too, I mean, like if he gets the strap and he defeats Topuria, like he earned number 1. But my number 1 spot goes to Jose. I think that he's like, I don't know, just what a veteran, and like there was a whole decade of him being like the man at featherweight.
Yeah, fair enough. I like that list. I think again it's like a who's fought each other.
Yeah.
I just think again Volk, it's got to be number 1, dude.
Yeah.
You know, for me, because like he beat everybody on that list. But Jose Aldo, what you say is true, because there was a time where he was untouchable. I think that loss to McGregor can do a lot to your mental state. I mean, like he won his next fight and he was like screaming in the octagon, you know. So I think he got a lot of demons from that.
Yeah.
Had that fight gone differently, had he actually not knocked him out in the first 13 seconds, who knows, man?
Yeah.
I mean, I think skill wise, McGregor's skill should not be discounted, especially when he was young and hungry. But skill-wise, it would have been very close, very, very close. And yeah, who knows what could have happened if that went differently. But yeah, good list, man. Good list. And again, Hall of Famer, Jose Aldo, and I think pretty much everybody on that list is probably going to be Hall of Fame eventually anyway on both of our lists. So yeah, I like Frankie Edgar in there as well.
Yeah, I feel like he retired this year, was it? Or was it last year?
I think it was last year, beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Very unlucky because he was always waiting in the wings, and then it was like Mendes was an alternate when Aldo pulled out for McGregor.
Yeah.
Then it was like he was waiting, and then it was like Conor wasn't coming back, and then Conor was saying he was going to fight him, and then it was just like never got his shot really properly at featherweight. So unlucky for Frankie, but yeah, still absolute legend. So that was our weekly top 5. It was the top 5 featherweights of all time. Let us know. Well, next week we're definitely doing the Robbie Lawler top 5. So the week after that, what you want to see, and let us know if you agree with our top 5 and who's in your top 5.